Hi there, Lindsay. This is the tutorial video on how to access and use your website. So first of all, I've sent you an email that's got a link on and a username and password. So if you click on the link, put in the username and password and then click sign me in. That will take you to this screen here. You can ignore any messages you get over the right hand side about any payments being due. I'm not quite sure why those appear. There is nothing outstanding and there are no payments due, so just completely ignore those. And you want to come over to the left hand side here where it says websites and just click on here. That will bring you to this screen and you'll have a little thumbnail of your current website, and then down here you have edit website, so click on that. This will load our system called Bramble. Depending on your internet connection, it will either load instantly like it's done here for me, or if you have a slower internet connection it can take up to a minute for that to load. So just let that load. What you'll notice then is you're on the home page. You can ignore any strange symbols and things that appear like this. It's just certain elements and settings which are turned off for phones and tablets, so just completely ignore those. You can also ignore the fact that the slider, the images that scroll between each other, when you're in the system Bramble, they're stacked one on top of each other, but you can completely ignore that. That's not how they appear. They actually scroll through different images on the website. So just ignore those. You scroll down and then basically everything that you come to, if you click, you get a green box highlighting it, which basically means you can then go in and just like you would in Microsoft Word, you can go in and delete text and add text in. You have an undo button if there's anything you didn't mean to change, you can just click that. And you would go around and basically anything you want to change, you've got complete access to do that. So pretty simple, straightforward stuff really. Again, you'll get things like this where images are stacked on top of each other and next to each other. That's fine, they just scroll across on the website. So you can ignore anything that doesn't display quite right in Bramble, because we know on the website everything's working perfectly. So this gives you the home page and how to get around that. There's a couple of important things that I'm going to let you know about now. The first one is if you make mistakes and you accidentally delete things, you have an undo button. But also if you make a bigger mistake and you delete whole elements and you haven't meant to do that, as long as you don't hit the green button that says publish, as long as you don't hit that, you will do no damage at all, because what you can do is just exit and then leave the page without hitting that publish, and what that's done is it's preserved the website. You've done no damage, you haven't made any changes to that site, and then when you go back in, everything is there as it was before. So you can see all of that content is still there. So that's a great way of, if you've accidentally done something that you didn't mean to, you've got an undo button, but if you've really made a lot of changes and you're worried about what you've done, hit that little X, get out and leave, and just don't hit the green button, and that way you know that you've done no damage at all. A couple of other things to mention is all of the wording on every page of your website has been submitted to Google as part of your keywords. So there's some really good keywords in the content and in the text. Words like Suffolk, all the different animals, they're all been submitted to Google as keywords for it to find and list. So if you are going to make text changes, all I would say is try not to remove too many words, concentrate on adding more. But if you start removing lots of different terminology, such as the business name and different animals and mammals names, what you actually are going to do is stop ranking for those terms under Google. So it's a good exercise to add text and just change the odd word here and there, but don't go around and delete too much, because they've all been listed and the keywords are submitted to Google. So if you go and remove them all, what happens over time is Google no longer sees those as keywords. So that's the home page. You'll probably want to access and change other pages as well, so I'll go over that. Another quick thing to mention is you can change the font sizes, but I don't recommend that you do that. And you can change the font styles and choose different fonts, but again, I don't recommend that you do that. The only reason is that the fonts that I've used, they've been optimized for tablets and phones. So if you go in and start altering all the fonts, it might look really good, but you get your tablet out or you get your phone out and you might have all sorts of different problems. So it's best to leave the font sizes and the fonts as they are. If you do want to change any of those, just let me know and I can guide you through that. But for now, my suggestion would be to leave those. So to navigate through different pages, you click up the top here where it says index, and you'll get a huge long list of all of your pages. There's about 48 pages, I believe, in total, so lots of different pages. Let's just say we wanted to amend your page. They're fairly self-explanatory the way the pages are named. You can see they're called courses, professional courses, surveys. the team members' names, the team page, the Twitter page. They're all fairly easy to find what you're looking for. But let's say we want to edit your page. You just click on that, and that will bring that up. Again, I don't recommend you change any images at the moment, as I discussed before. That could be a whole separate video because it involves a little bit of photoshopping, just to crop them and size them and make sure they're correct and not too large in the terms of file size. So if you want to do that, that's something we can discuss. But again, for now, just focusing on the text, you'd be able to go in, you'd be able to go and add as much more text as you wanted to. If you wanted to do that, change anything you weren't happy with in here, you can do all of that. And obviously once you've done those changes, don't forget to publish them. And if you didn't mean to do those changes, you've got the undo button to get you out, and you've got the whole quit without publishing if you're worried you've done some damage. So yeah, hopefully that's enough to sort of get you navigating around the pages, and get you logged in and making simple text changes. So yeah, just recapping again, any page you want to click on, you just click it. Any section you want to change, you can just go in and change. Pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. And I hope that's everything you need for now. If you do want to cover anything else, let me know and I can do a separate video. And obviously you can watch this video back if that's gone over things a bit too quick. You can watch the video back and go back to different elements that you want to look at. But hopefully that's fairly straightforward. And thanks for watching.